Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Tom Crown BTC here posting this. Okay guys, first weekly golden cross in Bitcoin history. Well, I don't know about history, but in recent history maybe. He posted this screen grab of the Bitcoin USD chart. And guys, as you can see, Bitcoin is retracing right now, but I think poised and ready to go make newer highs. You can see that here on the daily chart here. Look, if I zoom in here, you can see after several days of strong bullish activity, we are now retracing with very, very little negative bearish activity. And you guys can even see that here in the volume bars down in here. Tall green volume bars indicate a lot of interest now in Bitcoin, high buying pressure. And, the people that are selling at this point in time, so few compared to the buyers that to me, this is looking poised for another move up. You can probably see it better here on the 4 hour. And if you can imagine here, this looking like a bullish pennant pattern. Again, another move to the upside is likely in the cards. I also just wanted to scroll down here and show you guys this tweet here responding to this thread from Only Crypto here. Someone else from Crypto Twitter just posted this June 1st, 2020. Then we saw a 1,700% gain. So again, the Bitcoin USD chart demonstrating that MACD, right? That golden crossover here. Back in June 2020. After that, guys, what did we see? Bullish activity for Bitcoin. And take a look at this. What's happening right now? This is what really matters. The golden cross is occurring one more time. So, just to go back, moving back here from June of 2020, before the bull run really kind of took place. You guys can see that over here. Let's go back. June 1st, 2020 was when they indicated that bullish cross. So it was in and around here somewhere. And you guys can see after that, the rest was history. And Mac Attack XRP posting this, crypto proponent says we will not hit $10,000, $1,100, or even $50 after the lawsuit verdict is clear. A crypto proponent with the handle Crypto Asset Guy recently cautioned XRP holders to temper their expectations for the price of XRP after the litigation is resolved. So for those of you guys thinking, we're going to go to $10,000 per coin, even $50 per coin, we're going to need a lot more, and I agree with this. We're going to need a lot more than just a verdict in order to move price up to those heights. It's going to need to be a perfect storm type event, although that's not to say that the Ripple XRP verdict could not spur on another bull run. I've talked about that concept in the past, where FOMO could catch on and the rest of the market reacts, creating the conditions for another bull run. Of course, regulatory clarity is going to play an important role in that too. Well, he's saying, though, it could reach all-time high, which is above $3.70, and we should all be more than satisfied with that result. Even if we did see all-time high again based on the lawsuit verdict, I think that would be more than generous for XRP, considering we didn't even reach all-time high in the last bull run. We only got to about $2, and all-time high was above $3 per coin. So, you can imagine if we could get above all-time high, well, wouldn't that be wonderful? So even going up to the 1.618, which would bring us in around $3. And if we could get up past that, of course, it could be good. But right now we're not seeing too much activity. XRP right now, as of the time of this recording, sitting in and around 48.1, so just over 48 cents. It's actually come down a little bit, but we are poised for this blast off. The Bitcoin conditions are looking good as well. So, this is all bullish for cryptocurrency as a whole. And going back to that speculation we were talking about yesterday, if you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. We were talking about this buyback, this 10 billion XRP buyback, which was kind of a bit of an outlandish statement to have made. And, we were scrutinizing this. We were speculating on what it could mean. Well, David Schwartz has come out in a recent tweet and clarified the situation, stating that while Ripple does engage in XRP purchases, he was not aware of any specific buyback plans at the time. Moreover, he did highlight that there was no official source supporting these rumors. So we did get it from that one website, which, we were all kind of questioning a little bit. The rumors appeared a day earlier when the dubious news portal Crypto Alerts released an article directly stating it as fact. Despite the questionable source of unconfirmed information, the rumor quickly gained traction in the XRP community, with many prominent voices commenting on it. And David Schwartz here just came out and said it. We do sometimes buy back XRP, but I don't know of anything specific that this could be referring to, and there's no official source mentioned here. And as I was saying yesterday, John Deaton was also skeptical of this. I'm no Brad Garlinghouse, but I could think of other ways to spend $5 billion to expand Ripple's reach within the crypto ecosystem. So we were talking about how much it would cost to purchase back 10% of the XRP supply, 10 billion XRP. It would cost $5 billion, considering the price of XRP is hovering roughly around 50 cents. So John Deaton said this: there's a few bankrupt assets that one might be able to purchase with $5 billion. Jungle Inc. down here also commenting on it, using 1/3 of your overall market cap to buy something you already own too much of. Number two, he says they couldn't even do this if they wanted to. He wasn't the only one that was critical here. Digital Perspectives here saying, until Ripple says it directly, it's not real. So that was the other thing. We hadn't heard it from Ripple directly, so we were all kind of waiting to see if it was going to be confirmed. However, Ripple has said directly through Q reports they have been buying XRP back off the secondary markets for quite some time, and Ripple has not sold XRP to retail exchanges since 2019. So there's that as well. Jungle Inc. also commenting with this: assuming the act of buying 10 billion XRP wouldn't move the price, current market prices would mean this would be a $5 billion move. Do you think Ripple has $5 billion in cash to make this move? So, that was one of the biggest questions here. The entire company is worth about $10-11 billion. And so for them to make this move would have been, it just would financially, I think their accountants would have been pulling their hair out. It just wouldn't have made sense. If for some stupid reason they wanted to do this, how would they make it happen? And on the heels of some of these comments, I happened to see this as well from Whale Chart on Twitter, the list of companies that are interested in buying FTX. So in the same vein, in this conversation that we're having here, FTX and the corporations looking to purchase FTX include BlackRock, Ripple, Galaxy, NASDAQ, and some others. So Ripple on this list here, you guys can see down here, Ripple Labs is listed here to purchase the assets of FTX. I could see how that would make more sense than buying back 10 billion XRP. And Jungle Inc. brings up a good point. I think it was in this tweet here. They already own so much XRP. Why would they need to own more? We were speculating on it yesterday, but even David Schwartz has come out and said, he hasn't heard anything about this. Now, Sentosumo Saba also brought up something very interesting. The Crypto Alert site that published the $10 billion Ripple buyback article was registered in June of 2023. Okay, so this is a very, very new website that originally published this. And then the Who is open. We've published 7 articles, the first one 3 days ago. So a brand new site. The Twitter link from the site began in June, and there's no tweets from their Twitter account. The team, the photos of the team on the website are stock images, so it does not look like it is anything credible. So could it be a FUD attempt, guys? This whole idea that Ripple is getting closer to a verdict. Could, some other big players in the space be worried? Yassine Mubarak down here saying, clearly a psyop again. The XRP community, thank you. I assumed it was fake, said Anders down here. And as soon as John Deaton made that comment that I talked about in yesterday's video, how would they even be able to purchase it? Just mathematically, it seemed a little suspect, unless they were, being funded somehow. But for some reason, it didn't seem likely anyway. Wanted to thank everybody here, including Sentosumo Saba, just for bringing this up, taking a look at the website and exposing it for what is most likely FUD. And the FUD doesn't stop there, guys. Mac Attack XRP here on Twitter. Both XRP and Ethereum will be demolished by the SEC. Guess who this is coming from? In a recent fiery debate that has captivated the crypto space, the XRP community clashed with Max Keiser, advisor to the president of El Salvador and a prominent Bitcoin evangelist. The topic that ignited a heated discussion was a contentious issue of cryptocurrency regulation, specifically concerning the fate of XRP and Ethereum. So the other day, Max Keiser did come out and say, the SEC essentially wants to take down XRP. But here, he kind of turned again. Keiser unequivocally stated that the regulatory overreach would inevitably lead to the demise of XRP and every other cryptocurrency except Bitcoin, which he deemed untouchable, guys. This is the tweet. Of course, the SEC is overreaching, but that won't stop them from killing off XRP and every other crap coin except Bitcoin, of course. It's untouchable. Because there is virtually no rule of law whatsoever in Wall Street and finance for those with money and clout, Brad Garlinghouse has been, what does he say here? He has been spending a lot to keep his Ponzi scheme going, but he can't outspend the feds and Jamie Dimon. It's all a matter of when, not if when XRP gets cut down. So Max Keiser, again, on a bit of a rant, responding to John Deaton's comment here. What is inconsistent is that so many BTC maxis fancy themselves libertarians and then applaud or celebrate the massive and gross overreach of the SEC. So kind of ridiculous, I gotta say. Max Keiser, obviously, it's pretty apparent. It's not too hard to see what this guy is doing here. Got a vested interest in Bitcoin and, is one of those, he's like the maxi of maxis, one of those guys that thinks it's Bitcoin or nothing. So he's gonna try tooth and nail, every possible avenue here, even go so low as to side with the SEC on crypto regs in the United States. But that's who he is. Anyway, gonna keep moving along here, guys, because despite what Max Keiser says and despite, all the other FUD that has been going on in the crypto space, surrounding XRP specifically, I think it's a good sign that XRP is really going to thrive and that, all these other guys are pretty worried about that eventuality. Matt Hamilton also brought up something that was kind of strange. This is the kind of thing that frustrates me somewhat. In 2023, I'm watching a demo at a hackathon of a team that has solved the problem of making cryptocurrency payments with low transaction fees. And as you guys can see here from this presentation, it looks as though they are using Ethereum. Now, why is this frustrating? Because Ripple has solved this problem since 2011. This is a problem that was solved by the XRP ledger in 2011, literally years before Ethereum even existed. But yet it is being solved again. But on the other hand, this has been a learning exercise for this team. I often hear, why are so few people building on the XRP ledger? But one of the reasons being is that they are not having to solve problems that don't exist. To be clear, this is no slight on the team that just presented. I'm glad they are building things, just an observation that the more problems a system has, the more development opportunity there is. Ripple and XRP are leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. They're already being integrated into big banks. Central banking partnerships has been the name of their game since day one. And they are so far ahead that they are now at this point not even focusing, I don't think, so much on banks. I'm sure there's still a division over there at Ripple that is still committed to the banking partnerships, the on-demand liquidity portion of the business. But, they've branched out the XRP out, looking to do other things, NFTs, tokenizing real estate is another recent one that we've heard about. And this one, guys, from this May 2023 report. So this one here from Riz XRP, bringing up the Mariana Project. Another one from that Atlanta Federal Reserve report, the Mariana Project for trade and settlement of wholesale CBDCs. Okay, they got this from the Bank for International Settlements. Ripple and Stellar are two blockchain-based companies that are trying to make value transfers cheaper. Ripple provides various services via the use of its native token, XRP, which is roughly envisioned as an international payment medium or wholesale settlement coin. Finality, formerly Settlement Coin, is also seeking regulatory approval to provide such services. So they mention XRP here. They mention Ripple and Stellar as two blockchain solutions. And so just reiterating some points from this paper that did just recently come out last month, the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta's Policy Hub. We talked about this about a month ago, the introduction to Web3 with implications for financial services. So guys, this is the reality of XRP utility, even in the United States. This is coming out of the Fed's paper, the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. We can already see, they're mentioning blockchains like Ripple, like Stellar, and really the SEC's lawsuit just an impediment along the way to what we know is going to be XRP utility eventually in the United States. So wanted to thank Riz XRP for posting that. Wrath of Kahneman here also reminding us how many Ripple ODL partners there are. This is as of 2021 anyway. In a report by P. Adrians, a table of XRP use cases is given. It denotes 23 ODL users. So just wanted to go over some of these users here. Azimo, BTech, Bitso, Bitstamp, Bittrex, Catalyst Corporate, FCU, Qualx, EuroXM Bank, FlashFX, GoLance, IDT, Interbank, Intergiro, Intermex, JNFX, Mercury FX, MoneyGram, Neum, Sadad, SendFriend, TransferGo, TransPayGo, and vAmericas, okay? It's no longer a comprehensive list. Recent agrotechs were added to this list as of 2023, and they're not listed here. Pipple, Lulu, some of the Middle Eastern banks, but it's a great starting point for a list that's yet to be compiled and tracked in one place. XRP Arcade would have been a great home for a lot of this information. Unfortunately, Leonidas is no longer working on that website. Nevertheless, I think somebody who has that expertise in building, databases and websites should put together something, because we still don't have anything really comprehensive that has been added to, that has been updated consistently with regards to Ripple partnerships. It seems as though the information is just kind of scattered all over Twitter. Nevertheless, it is good that we've got such committed people in the XRP community who are bringing us this info. Wrath of Kahneman continuing here by saying, also just a request, if you're going to post a screenshot of an exhibit, please provide the link so people can see it for themselves. Also, I typed ODL users, but ODL networks is probably a better descriptor given the exchanges that are present here. So about 23 ODL users as of 2021, and that list has grown as per Wrath of Kahneman. As we know, we've talked about Lulu, Pipple, the agrotechs within the last 6 months or so. So guys, great information here. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for bringing that up. I also wanted to address this, guys. Dark Horse on Twitter was digging up some information, some of the documents that were submitted in the Ripple lawsuit. One of them suggested that XRP influencers were being bought by Ripple, okay? He posted this a couple of days ago. Let me go over this, okay? Basically stating this and then, highlighting some points here. When I originally saw this, I kind of glazed over it because I was like, what's the point of this? First of all, there's no confirmation that there's any YouTubers or whoever who have been paid by Ripple to talk about XRP. He was highlighting some of these, so I kind of just glazed over it. But I'm happy to circle back and talk about it today because Mr. Hubert kind of noticed the same thing. I like to get worked up about Ripple too, i.e. at the liquidity hub, but honestly, I can't understand the anger about this. I think people just read the headline and see something highlighted in yellow in a court document and find it relevant, he says. I don't see anything about paying influencers, but what all projects do, build a network of influential supporters of the project. Let's go through this. So he was going through this document here, talking about all these portions of the document that Dark Horse decided to highlight. Generate speculative interest in XRP. 25% increase in positive XRP press coverage quarter on quarter. Okay. Identify demand customers and build a pipeline. Identify customer segment and use cases. Sure. Refresh corporate narrative and keynote. Articulate product vision of how XRP fits our own blockchain for enterprises. Nowhere here does it say influencers were paid, except for this last part down here. And let me read this. Clarify XRP's use case and product vision. Debunked FUD related to supply and decentralization. Show off technical superiority. And build and activate a network of XRP influencers. So that, I guess, is what he construed as Ripple paid off influencers, I guess, to talk about XRP. Again, if there was a payday for talking about Ripple and XRP and I missed the memo, somebody tell me where that is because I have not been paid a dime by Ripple. Key events, Consensus, Blockchain Expo, et cetera, et cetera. So, he goes on here, essentially taking down these points one at a time. Generate speculative interest in XRP. Indeed, a bad look, but nothing new or surprising. Then he talks about the 25% increase. Ripple is seeking more positive press for XRP. Identify customer segments and use cases. Ripple wants to identify use cases and potential new customers. Clarify XRP's use case for product vision, product vision, Ripple wants to clarify their vision for XRP's use case and product vision. Debunk FUD. Ripple wants to combat misinformation about escrow and decentralization. And as you guys can see, even today, we are combating FUD for Ripple and XRP. Ripple wants to demonstrate the technical superiority of the XRP ledger. And then the network of influencers. Okay, Ripple wants to build and activate a network of XRP influencers through key events and hire marketing staff to do so. I don't think this has anything to do with, your classic idea of an influencer, YouTubers or people on Twitter or people on TikTok or whatever. This was more about a strategy, I think, surrounding, organic marketing and things that are similar to that. So, take it for what you will, guys. I do think Mr. Hubert, though, is on track here. Wanted to thank him for pointing that out. Ripple has been continuing its journey. David Morgan here even recognizes the unstoppable force of XRP. He was recently interviewed by Black Swan Capitalist. Listen to what he has to say here.
What do you think this is going to look like moving forward for XRP? Because we thought that after these Hinman documents were going to be revealed, maybe we would start to see some institutional utility, maybe some regulation, but none of that happened.
I don't have a great deal of thought behind it. What I see, obviously, is that the XRP continues to march forward regardless of what's pushed up against. Mm-hmm. And I see more and more usability for the banking system. So as I've said in the past, and I'm not sure, maybe it's invalid to say this again, you can correct me, that I think it's here to stay. And I think it will be utilized. And I think it's the banker's vehicle of choice to do settlement outside the SWIFT system.
XRP will be utilized. It is the banker's choice to be the settlement mechanism outside the SWIFT system. And as you guys heard here from David Morgan, even though we have been up against a lot, guys, even though we're up against the FUD, we're up against creeps like Max Kaiser, BuyBack, FUD, all this stuff, we are still persevering. Even if we don't see a $10,000, $1,000, $100, even a $50 XRP at the end with a verdict, some analysts are suggesting we could go back above all-time high just based on the FOMO alone. Guys, remember, XRP got up past $3 in a full-fledged bull rally. More investors are invested today, so I think surpassing all-time high is just the beginning. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.